Mrs. Beth Dubeau, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Is it Elizabeth or?
Oh, it's Mary Beth.
Mary Beth.
Yep.
Okay. And you're because that's your married name. What was your family name?
My family name was Cunningham.
Cunningham.
Yep.
Okay. And you were born?
I was born in Waterloo.
Okay.
But my family is from here. My great-great-grandfather was A.A. Thompson, the trading post.
Oh.
My great-grandfather was Dr. Spawn, who was the first reeve of Simcoe County, and also the first head of the insane asylum, and instrumental in starting up the Penetanguishene General Hospital. And my other great-grandfather was Pierre Potvin, who owned Midland Box Factory and had timber rights from Thunder Bay to Parry Sound. So my family has been here for generations.
Right. So your father moved to Southern Ontario? Or?
My grandfather was also a doctor, so he, after being in the British Army, he moved to Kitchener-Waterloo after World War I. So his family were born in Waterloo, but we maintained our ties with the community from day one.
Uh-huh. And when you moved here, you were how old?
Just after I finished university, got married in the summertime and started working here in September.
And where did you move to in Penetanguishene?
Let me think. Actually, the main street, the first 6 months that we were married, we lived on top of the liquor store, which was on Main Street.
What? So where on Main Street?
Next to Mike's Milk. The whole upstairs of that building was an absolutely stunning apartment.
So the upper Main Street.
Yeah.
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 And then after that, you said you moved?
Then we lived on Church Street for maybe a couple of years, Church and Brock. And then we built out in Gilwood Bay.
Right.
So we were out there for many, many years.
And, okay, so you did your elementary school, high school in Waterloo?
In Kitchener-Waterloo, yeah.
In Waterloo.
Yeah.
And then after that, university?
I went to University of Waterloo.
For?
Political science to begin with, and then I ended up teaching. So it went another way. At one point I had wanted to go into medicine because many of our family were doctors, but again it was before, well, women went into nursing rather than medicine for the most part. Mm-hmm. And I went to university at home because my parents weren't all that wealthy, so they didn't have a medical course.
Right. So you were in political science.
Yep.
And then after that, I guess you had to go back to school for the teaching, or?
I went to summer school a number of times, and then once I was teaching, I went back and took some post-grad work at York University in counseling and special ed.
Okay. And you said you started the PSS like
in 1964, actually.
So it was the beginnings of PSS?
That was the beginnings, and John was hired to teach at MSS.
John
my husband.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we were interviewed, I guess, in early '64, and PSS was actually starting on the top floor of James Keating of Corpus Christi. So the original idea was that it would start with, I think, maybe grade 9 and 10, and then add a grade as it got bigger. So we actually, I think Corpus Christi was pretty new then, so we had the whole top floor, primarily grade 9 and a few grade 10s.
So Penetanguishene Secondary School wasn't, well, now the building doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't.
What street is that?
Dunlop Street.
Okay, Dunlop Street.
Yeah.
But so originally PSS was in another school.
It was in another school, and then they were going to build the high school on Sulky Drive, which was basically right across from Keating. And I guess they did some kind of load study because that was where the racetrack was. And they found that the ground wouldn't support the weight of the school.
Right.
So that was when I guess the property on Dunlop Street was chosen. And then the second year we were on shift at MSS. So MSS went to school in the morning from 8 till 1, and then we went in the afternoon from 1 till 6.